Hi there. Casper is down by around 8% this week. However, it's also stabilizing above the level of 0.003. So it looks like it's building a near-term bottom. And if we look at the volume, it's also indicating there may be whales move. If you're new to my session, I'll cover the Wyckoff stage, potential price trend change, as well as key price levels. These are education content only, not financial advice. So the weekly chart of Casper is still going through the Wyckoff stage of, you can call that a test. It's basically within the accumulation cycle. You see these orange tags, okay? This is the phase where the whales are going to shake out the paper heads, okay? Leaving only the diamond heads. And when I set the volume earlier, you can clearly see the volume has been slowly climbing over the course of the past 6 weeks. And this week, even though the candle is red, it has a smaller price spread. The candlestick body is shorter than the previous 2 weeks. It looks to me that while some people are selling, there are also people actively absorbing what's been sold. So a lot of change of hands going on. It's not like selling crazy, because otherwise the candlestick body would have gone way longer and lower. So this may be a positive sign, since January, the beginning of this year. Okay, the very first positive sign. Last week, you can say it has tried to challenge the level 0.0042, but get heavily rejected by the boost. So last week's candle was actually not as encouraging as the one we are seeing right now, because we see heavy rejection, even though it's a white candle, meaning the price closed higher. It gives you a feeling that, okay, somebody is going to hammer the price back down. But this week is a totally different story. It's like, okay, the bulls and bears aren't really getting an upper hand on either side, but the volume continuing to climb and the price isn't going further down. So it means that, the bulls are probably getting pretty good support over here. Just one caveat, when the economic data of March in the US comes in, that's going to turn the picture. Of course, we want the price to stabilize above the 0.003. But those numbers may trigger another round of price fluctuation. So the base case is range bound between these two yellow dash line, 0.003 all the way to 0.0042 or 43 even. Okay, it's basically around that range. But if good news comes in terms of contributing to positive risk on sentiment as well as liquidity flow, then the price may have a chance to go back to challenge the 0.0063. Okay, the volume is climbing, like I said, so let's observe whether that trend will continue. In terms of micro, we talked about there are multiple windows that the price may get a chance to confirm that the downtrend that started way back in May last year will finally be over. Okay, of course, the 12 was missed. The bulls tried, but they get heavily rejected. However, like I said, for the past two and a half weeks, it has been staying above the 0.003 line. If it stays the same, we'll get a chance by the end of next week, the very first window, if the price continues to climb up, to challenge this level, or by mid-March, 11th. Those two are windows where the trend change confirmation may come in. Okay, so let's hope no surprisingly downside news comes in early March. All right, otherwise this is not going to hold. If you're interested in accessing these sessions 2 days earlier, join the channel membership now. Here's another analysis for you. Thank you.